Say, oh, sorry, sorry. And what's your relationship with Christ? This year specifically found me in a very strong position with Christ. That when a girl comes my way, I do the other way. Like, I'm telling you, I'm like, hey, I'm fine, like literally.
Yeah.
You made this boy.
Hi guys, my name is Mohau. Welcome to another episode of McT TV, Making a Difference TV, right? So today we are three. We are going to talk about a lot of topics. We are going to touch on a lot of them. So one of them, it's very interesting. We're going to start with it. It's GBV, right? Gender-based violence. But before we go into that, I want my friends here to introduce themselves.
Hi guys, my name is Tumisho. Welcome to McT.
Hi family, this is khutso. Welcome to McT.
Yes, and we have people that are actually watching us right now. We are with them. But yeah, I'll introduce them another day. So today it's fine. So guys, how do you feel being here today, being in this environment?
Okay. Hello once more. It's the first time doing this, but I feel excited. I feel great. I'm very honored to be here. Thank you.
Okay. Now it feels great to be here. To be talking about this topic that is one of the so in our country. I think most of us we are aware of what in our country. Our sisters, our mothers, our aunties, abona babulaiwa day in, day out, babulaiwa because of like GBV. But I believe that today level because jaona ke dirang feleke le fasela rena le ba ka mogole leng ka ona. So we are against that rena as banna banete ba hlompha basadi. We are very 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 serious about this matter and then against yona ka dipelo ka ofela. But I believe gore modimo tla re thusha re tla e wina ntwa e ke ntwa ya leboga.
Yeah, it's a war. We are fighting against a real war in South Africa, right? But a question that I want to ask you guys: what do you understand in terms of gender-based violence? Because I feel like it's a word that has been uttered out there, but we don't actually understand the meaning of it. But I want us to start there. What do you understand about gender-based violence?
Okay. GBV, gender-based violence. It's one of the most depressing and depressing issue that is, happening currently or has been going on for the longest time in our country, South Africa. It's very pandemic. It's an issue that undermines, the rise of the constitution. In most cases, it affects women. Girls actually, but even men, they also go through that. But we see women are the most people that are being affected on this in terms of rape, sexual assault, in most cases, and rape, violence, and again, it also, the other things are, we can say, emotional abuse as well. It's part of gender-based violence, and so this is what I'm understanding, what I understand based on this issue. So it's something that we as people or as the nation, we need to look at and deal with, because as we see that it affects mostly women, but it is not only about women, but even the young ones as well, children as well, they go through that. You know, they get raped, they get killed. You know, and we see every day how people go through that. You know, and it's very sad, and you know, it's really like disappointing, you know, to witness such in this era, in this generation. So to support that as men, we need to stand, we need to fight against that, because we men, we are the protectors, you know, of women in most cases, you know, or actually I can say in everything. We need to protect these women, we need to protect these young ones, even our families as well. So yeah, this is what I understand about this GBV violence and what we need to do in order to stop this. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he's my friend here. Is right. But I would like us to refocus on this. I can focus on maybe more the causes to GBV. I would like to deliver ke bolwetsi ba gopolo. Ona le banna ba o lwala, ona le basadi ba o lwala, ba feletsang ba lwala ka moki mo tlhogong. Ke bolwetsi ntwe. Ke bana ba feletsang ba dira ba abuse. It's either ke monna o abuse mosadi or ke mosadi o abuse ngwana. It might be sexually.
What kind of sicknesses?
It's a mental
Mental disorder.
Yeah, it could be a mental disorder or kilibelity background ya motho.
Yeah.
Cause ranchi thoma go, and in most cases o kera le gore motho o just a father figure. So then re mo society re level la ona taba yo gore in most cases what when or the abusive ba go jiba sene a father figure mo maphelong a bona. Cause motho a monna o botlhokwa too much ka ra family. O bontsha o kaida ngwana o montsha tsela. So in most cases I think I've experienced that lenna growing up. Yeah, my biological father, I mean my stepfather and my biological mother. I have never in my life, I've never experienced the love of a father. And then that in 22 March, kamo gopolong yaka, because I get to be la ntate. So, and then we be le point o mo tsileng ntse re gola ntse ratana
Without joy.
ke ra ona o jola mo tsileng ntse re jola. I remember ona lo ile reng nkile ka musha seatla la bona nkile ka musha seatla because why ke feel sometimes go lwala ka mo gopolong bo insecurity ba bona bo bontši o thoma go epelaela o sa te tshepa because I want motho a go tšenga monna o a go tšea ke focus too much mo mothong wa monna father figure o a go tšenga go botša re ngwana ka wena ke a go rata nkwešiša ke a go rata too much a go bontšha tsela ke a go rata and then you are worthy of this and that. So we pona as if wena a o tshwanelwe ke sela le sela. We pona ka a o selo mo bophelong. You understand? So ke ntwe eno re o kopana le motho o wa ratana a o tshepe gore motho wa o rata.
Yeah.
Understand? A o tshepe gore motho wa o rata ka nnete because lerato leo a o le tseba santa wa le experience before. So you end up thinking or okay motho maybe untira stlela amputa one rata or I feel it I mo tshepi ka pelo ka moka ke re motho amputa one rata because you don't know that love, you have never experienced that love. So that is why o feletša o ba insecure wa accuse ngwana batho ka letsene gore a sa nka didia o feletša o musha seatla lo e ka se be o ka se mete wa ka matsogo emotional abuse le ona is there ke fitile mo ke ratana le motho ona ke tlo dula le ena ke dula botle re ratana wa go le monate then wa dira gala okay ne re le ga uteng wa dira gore ke boya gae wa gae because ke tlo dula le motho every day ke na le ena then ya batla ba gore ke thoma matšhoza ka lotšene gore a digo because yena o shetse go ga uteng ke na le insecurity ga ke sa tshepa as a man gore ka nnete motho la wa nrata motho a ka se ntire ntwe so then ka diang ke thoma mo abuse emotionally motho ke thoma ke mo accuse ka lotšene gore a di tsebe ke a mo dumpa out of the blue, out of nowhere. Ke sene proof ya gore di antwe ke nana gore ngwa idea. You see? So ke nana re re ka thoma ra lebella the roots. Ya gore why ona le polao e kaka banna ba bolaya basadi ke lebeletse focus too much mo banneng ba bolaya basadi. Gore ke eng ntwe dira gore banna ba felletse ba bolaya basadi. The father figure, that part is very, very important. So society are not so lebellentwe. That is why you can lebella but when or batsuba di nyaupe ba dirang most of them family tja bona or ka mo ba tswang gona or background ya bona the father figure adeo.
Yeah.
Bontate abago kam malapeng. Bontate be le gore ba tshwantse ba gona ba guide aba gona. So that's why ba feel tja ba diang ba itahlela go di retifatsing tsona tjeo which are the drugs. But feel about the drugs, like one. But since our focus is on the GBV.
But let's talk about that part. Yeah, absent fathers. A little bit. I think we can draw a lot from there.
Okay.
Because majority of us as men, like you said, we never experience the love of a father. Mohau, and as a result we don't have anything to pass to our children. We have never seen our mothers being loved and appreciated. So even as when we're in relationships, we are unable to do that because we have never seen it being modeled. Or if we have seen it being modeled, sometimes it is modeled in the way that it's not pleasing to see. Some of us, we do have like present fathers or fathers who are at our houses, but we don't see them loving our mothers and stuff like that. So when we grow up in that environment, it's a problem. So I've got 3 points here. An absent father. So it's somebody who is completely missing from the child's life, living elsewhere with no contact, or present in home, but emotionally disconnected. Most of us, we have fathers that are present, Mohau, but they are emotionally disconnected from us. And as a result, Arena, we don't have that model, how to treat a woman and how to treat a child, because we have never like really experienced that. So I think we can look at that. Absent fathers, what are actually the causes of absent fathers? And as the upcoming fathers, what is that we can do differently?
On my side, I feel like fathers do actually play a huge role in a child's life. And it's something that has been, how can I say this? Stats are there to actually show that families that don't have fathers, most of the children that come out of those families, sometimes, I'm not saying that it's all the time, but sometimes they tend to be abusive. They tend to be, how can I say this? Emotionally, they're not there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And the moment you grow in that environment, it shapes you. It shapes you, and you eventually become a person that is bitter. You eventually become a person that wanted that love and couldn't get it, and you can't give it to another person. You get what I'm saying? So personally, I grew up in a family where my father is there.
Yeah.
Emotionally is there, financially is there, physically he's there.
Mm.
And I'm sure it's because of him and my mother, obviously, to raise me up the way that I grew.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
So on my side, I do know that fathers actually do play a huge role.
Yeah, so on my side, similar to Mohau, now I grew up, even though my father, growing up, he would take 6 months as your Mohai, and I live in Burundi, because it's short, obviously. So, but next feeling Papa, he is there, even though he's not here, because of I've seen how growing up, how he treated my mother, you know, how he took care of us, and even now he's still taking care of us. He is there. He's someone we know. I've never seen him raising a voice at my mother, you know, shouting at him. My mother sometimes would be so loud and everything, or maybe throw tantrums and stuff, but
it was calm.
He would be calm.
Yeah.
You know, I remember one time my mother, there was a situation, my father was a local vendor, and he came. He drove and came, you know, and like I was shocked. I was like, no, this father is just something else, you know. So that taught me, you know, how to, you know, be able to know how to love someone, how to love a woman, you know, just to put it, you know, and how to treat a woman. So I think the absence of fathers in these days, I think it's because of not wanting to take responsibilities, accountabilities. You know, I think that's in most cases. I think that is the biggest problem here we face, not taking responsibilities of what we should do as fathers. You know, I think maybe even fear is what you know, makes them to, you know, run away and stuff. You know, and again, maybe sometimes the you know, not being able to, you know, maybe thinking of how am I going to take care of this person, you know, what am I going to give them, you know. I think that plays a major role. So that is why maybe I feel like sometimes fathers run or they become absent, you know, in their children's lives, you know. Yeah.
Okay, I actually love what you said in terms of financially, but I want to hear from Khutso's side what he has to say, and I want us to go back to the fact that when you don't have money as a man, then you feel like you don't want to be part of the child's life just because of that. But okay, let's hear from your side and then we'll take it from there.
All right. Now, what you need to do is
You went through them.
I went through them. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I cannot believe because that is serious, also. So it's one to you. Growing up, my stepfather and my biological mother. My stepfather, sometimes he was abusive towards my mom. Right? So you want to get anger, age. Mo pelong yaka. Ke go tshikela anger, age. Kwa tetsi maka or why a dumetse motho a monyana. Understand? Ke kwa tetsi my stepfather why I didn't do I dirang towards my mom. Ke kwa tetsi my biological father, even though I don't know him, or why I'm to rage. If he was around, you know, so, but I'm grateful. That was the because Kena and Tushitang I to share that anger. So I do have kids. Mokina Lebana. I think you would what Tushitang because firstly, because I've never been loved before, especially by a father. My God. So next day I was confused.
Yeah.
But Mudimbi because Mudim. Kena Tushite Ore, Kino Ratavanabaka naturally. Kino Ratole towards them. And then I think Mtomwe or Idra Bo Papa or the father figures. Or Bachabele Bana, Baskaba or Namama Pilonga Banababon. And she had such a relationship with one as Nobawana, La Guana Mola, Valavli La Ratana. Then should it happen already? La Hawan Munna, because Munna sometimes on a Buchupiti and a Bahai. Honor because of Hawanele Limmewana are Unyaka Udiang. Ukusha mengwana kaus drain kaus koko melengwana
Because ulwale
ulwale limengwana la bon ke botlela bo loreng banna ba bantshi ba bodira because ngwana ke ngwana a molato o dirile ke lena sa go pele go tla mo lefaseng ke lena le modirileng then if wena o tlo lwa le mmage o shumisha yena ngwana mo dintweng tša lena ke botšopedi bo bongwe bo e le gore banna ba bantši ba bodira so that e feleletša le yona e dirang gore banna monna feleletša a etšwa 88 because ntwa ga le mme ngwana e tla ba e sa lokišege then o feleletša diang a etšwa 88 mo ngwaneng o tlogela ngwana o la thoma go la boima ya bona. So I pray or as young as we are, as the men of South Africa, Mudima touche. Because if you problem re tlogela e ata re tlo ba le manya o pesa mantši mo lefaseng la borena re tlo ba le banna ba bantši ba e leng gore ba tla iša banna mo lefaseng la borena la bona re tlo ba le banna ba bantši ba e leng gore ba tla iša ba reipa ba bolaya basadi ba bantši ba e leng gore ba reipa ba na le bana ba bannyane ba bašimane ba bannyane ba e leng gore ba reipiwa ka gae ba reipa sida ke bo mmane a bona, you understand, we sa bona because they're damaged here. They're damaged again. Background ya ka o gola tlhoka guidance. So finances come go boletši or sometimes you tlhoka tšhelete la ko yona ra lebella le yona ra lebedishisha, but I believe ore le go ka dira ngwana financially o se stable o le monna o se stable ye wa a sentwe no re tshwantse o push or o ska ba there for ngwana hao. Mola wa rena South Africa o dumella o be gona mo phelong ba ngwana hao o bona ngwana hao le le gore you're not financially stable. After all ke wena modile ke ngwana hao ke madi a hao, so re tla tsinkella mo yona tabe le tšede mo tše di sa tla.
Okay, you said a handful of things, and I appreciate that. I honestly do on my side, because you said that you had anger because of your stepfather and your father, and God managed to help you.
Yeah.
Right. God managed to help you, but I want to know that in that phase, did you find a father figure in God, or in another way you got a father figure from somewhere else that helped you in a way that you can be able to love your kids, the love that you never got from your parents? And sometimes we say yes, it's men and everything, but then what role did the mother play? You understand what I'm saying? What role did she play into making sure that the void of their fathers are being filled? Because sometimes we say yes, it's men, and mothers also play a role in there. But I want to understand and get your mind of how that setting was.
Okay.
You understand me?
All right, to answer that, my mom when I was there,
Yeah.
she was there. Emotionally, she was there. So even during my primary education, I'm one person when I don't talk.
Yeah.
I'm quiet. I'm an introvert. Naturally, I'm an introvert. So, Lojininchi, Negipal like over the list of father Saka, Kimucho, or Kimokopelo. But my mom was there. Kim Tenore in Kinali, I had a close relationship. Even now, I still have that relationship with her, with my mom. So nka ke khona bolela ntho le ngwe le mma ke khona share ntho le ngwe ke be open more and I can say she's my friend. She's my best friend. Do you understand? So she was there. Lexali primary. Azanga kale kaselo.
Yeah.
Because she was there, she would go to my stepfather because even now I don't have that relationship with him. I'm more get my head to get this and this. And
But it's been there, like you've been staying together for many years.
yeah, for many years.
But still.
But still even now, I'm 29 years old now. She was there, he was there. Do you understand? So give me to know the way you give my brother come home. Guys do so no. Because I think only
I soon try.
I think I'm try. Do you understand? I think I'm try. You want to see him try. No. I think I'm try. Your pala go the hang. I don't know, it's because maybe of that anger in him towards him because of maybe Lojena Didra, my mother. But homotswara like mutswarage. So Mudimu, I like to believe Mudim Kena who share that void in my heart. That cry in my heart. You know, nekinal so nakapulunya ka gore modimo e shilarato la papa. You understand? So re ya ka mo le la modimo hona le mo e bolelang gore e ba motswadi ka ba papa e ka ba mma o ba ile gore ha bana batswadi. You understand? So modimo o tswaletse se go basela or that void e le gore le mo pelong yaka ya gore modimo e sa ya gore papa wa ka wa madi o kae. You understand? Ya gore papa wa ka wa madi o kae a tswalela modimo ka gona le go rata bana ba ke rata bana ba ke ba shimane ka moka, and then I don't want them to go through what I've went through. I don't want them to experience what I've experienced in life. So, and then break all the cases from our family. Like breaker. Or you know what? I've went through this and that. I don't want my children to go through this as well. More family more lineage. Do you understand? So it's only God who can do that. It's only God who can help us to overcome whatever challenges they know.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Like you example Lelori. Kimudi mu anora ka thusha. Holy o ka ba relationship le modimo. Ai pana go le modimo. o tseba modimo a tlala ka modimo ka pelong ya hao ka tlhong le ka kgopolong ya hao so lo tšedintši o kgona o overcome and then go na le bothata bo bongwe gape ke lebeletše magare ba bolaiwa ke di-boyfriend tša bona banna but focus again too much on the boyfriends and the girlfriends. Sometimes when you're in a relationship or say financially stable, it's a risk because if you're or insecure because the plan fast in the banner lekan carry standard financially lekan and then we know or we've seen or basadi ki batho ba no ba rata lo tšedibotse mosadi o rata lo tšedibotse too much
facts
and then mosadi a rate tlala ke tlhago ya mosadi and then monna tlhago ya hae monna is a provider, he must provide.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So mosadi ga bona or ge girlfriend e bona ke lebetse di girlfriend le boyfriend or monna or boyfriend ta e pa like o mo provider basadi ke batho ba ile goreng even though I might not generalize it ke batho ba ile gore like I said ba rata lo ke di botse ga bona hola a khatlisha peri weave and so o ba le tumela gore e shika le nna nka ba le ntwiki e botse so because o nya go lebella ga botse ke mosadi after all.
Okay.
Tshwantse be botse but you'll find that yena o la motho a mmonang ntwela o ireketse ke motho wa gae. You understand? Maybe I afford you ireketse ke motho wa gae wa khatisha go botse o tsentse manala and all that. So mongwe wa shwena ka mo o na le partner gae partner o pala kwa for the lutsheng. Do you understand? So mosadi o feletse a dia eng a ikutso.
Okay.
O ya go ba ile gore bana le dilo bana le masheleng ha o morekela o feletse a dia nga cheater. Then wa find out boyfriend ga find out gore ke a cheat motho wa ncheater botse o ncheatela o ncheatela gore botse o nyaka dilo ke pala go mo fa job.
Okay.
Ke pala go provide, you understand? So monna o feletse a ba eng o feletse a ba insecure thomo tinyata ra ke monna enough feletse dia o isha bana ba thusiatla wa mmeta or o feletse a mmolaya and then ba bangwe the boyfriends or banna o dilo tsona ona le tsona financially stable ke ena tlhokomela motho a o suoke o mo diela ntlo ngwe le ngwe
Tlhokomela boyfriend.
monna ke ena tlhokomelang a o suoke
Okay.
o na le dilo o na le tšhelete. You understand? So o tlhokomela a o suoke sometimes banna go tlhokomela mosadi motho wa mosadi go ba girlfriend o feletsa o nagana ka re wa mo owner motho. Do you understand? Wa mo owner because whatever that she wants you provide. Ari baby ke gopela frontal you provide, you don't hesitate. Why romela shelter ya frontal baby ke tloka diaparo why romela shelter diaparo. So you end up thinking what I own this person, I'm the master to this person, and then it's not like that. Then I trauma I try tsileng or maybe I trauma I kutswa mosadi o a cheater wa mmolaya o musha seatla o feletsa o musha kana se mmolaya same time o musha seatla gapetja to point mo le o feletsa o mmolaya o sa mtshepa ke that trust I sa lego and banna naturally monna go ka modirela phosho ke tlhago ya rena banna monna o mo cheater ga teng tseba ngwana papa e trust go ba e ba boima gore e boye we regain e be go. You understand? So o ba too insecure to feletsa. That's why I feletsa o isha seatla.
So Mkati, you spoke about two people.
Yes.
If I can hear you spoke about somebody who's broke
and
somebody who has money.
Yes.
And all these people are being abusive.
Yes.
Because this one is broke. The fact that he's
insecure,
broke,
yeah.
Over insecure, the wife cheats because she needs somebody to take care of her.
Thank you.
And then there's this one who's taking care of her, but she cheats. Still, we don't know why, but she cheats. But he feels entitled over her, and these guys are both abusive.
Yeah.
So, over the channel that you are abusive, possibly the channel that you are abusive, so you know what
Okay. So into belly. I think the problem basandi bona sometimes. I get say more ke was khotsofale. Or king like wishish.
Yeah.
I get more go khotso na le banna bantši ba le tšhelete ntši. Ba le tšhelete. A se gantši ba na le partner 80. Do you understand? A ne bothata ebile o na le ba bantši. You understand? Because o na le tšhelete wa afford. Wa afford. So mara you find that o rata motho too much, but focus ya I mo motho because unya motho o dia tšhelete okay. So hola was berek was berek or was very tšhelete o phela nana ka motho focus ai motho mo motho a ile kae what if motho o dira so what if motho na le banna o dia eng do you understand?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
into e feletša e go dira o be insecure. So banna basadi ba ešule bona ba Afrika Borwa modimo ka ba thuša le bona modimo ka ba thuša gore ba rate ka nnete.
But it doesn't justify.
Yeah, but even if that's the case, whether you have money or you don't have money, you are not entitled to abuse.
That's true.
To abuse a lady, right, or any gender, for that matter, because I feel like that's a norm that has been placed out there, and you know when something is out there, it's very hard for it to change, and that's one thing that we've been striving for as South Africans, to change that norm, and women have been trying a lot to change that norm. That is why there was this purple campaign that has been happening in the past month, and they did actually make a difference in terms of that, because I'm a university student, right? So where we were in my race, a girl got raped by the other guys' race, and I feel like we did go there, we marched to that race, right? But then even if that's the case, we are trying. And when we are trying, the stigma is still there.
So you must as guys to...
No, we must as women and guys.
You must to the rest.
Yeah, we must to the rest.
To do what?
No, to point that guy out. To say that you as a school, you're not doing anything.
But is he arrested?
No. I don't think he was arrested at that point in time.
I think marching is overrated.
Yeah?
I think marching is overrated. We march a lot, but there's
Nothing
no
happens, yeah.
there's no action.
So, but what can be done to stop this? That's the question.
That's it. That's a very good question. And
How can you stop? Because here we got to talk about it, like you said, like someone who has money, someone who doesn't have money, even broke people. I can feel entitled to someone because of how many years I've been with them, and when they start doing certain things, and then I start going mad. And but being broke doesn't mean that you haven't done anything for that person. There are things that that person did that the guy who has money cannot do.
Yeah. True.
But because of the temporary things that the women want, or because of certain things, you know, that they feel pressure to have them when they see their peers or other ladies get, it makes them out of their way.
Sure.
Yeah.
My brother, you had a question.
Before I go to that question, I want to answer this one. What can be done for this thing to actually stop? I think I think at some point, unless or until a man is matured, right? Until a man is changed, until a man is able to love that person, there's no way that that guy will harm that which he loves. Until you mature to a point where you know you are not owning anyone. You know when you are doing some of the things to this person, it's not like you are owning them. Because I feel we think we own people because we do certain things for them. So we can campaign, we can do whatever, but until the mentality of a man is changed towards approaching women and loving them differently and being matured enough to say, I cannot do this. This can't be me as a man to raise my hand toward a woman. This can't be me, because the world now is looking for a change. We are not looking for the protests and stuff like those things. We can do them. And we've been doing that.
So we are looking for a change in men.
In men.
What about women?
My other point I wanted to come to that, because during that 16 days of activism, when you guys were marching, also men came and say they also feel abused. So there were two colors. What?
The purple color was for women,
Yes.
the green color was for men.
So my point is, I'm not saying that men are not abused.
Yeah.
We are abused as men. Our wives abuses us as men. Okay? I'm not saying we are not abused. But my point is that why must men come out the same time as women? For me, it was like they were defending themselves to say, no, it's not just you also abuse us. I mean, why didn't men wait for their own campaign? Why did they have to do it at the same time? I have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with the fact that they want to stand for themselves so that they don't get abused as much as they are. But why did they start the time when women were doing it, when women were pushing their campaign? I have a problem with that.
All right.
It's almost like when we say Black Lives Matters, and the white person comes and says also white life matters, and the colored says also colored life matters. We understand that all life matters, but now we are saying, well, these ones are being victims. Can we focus on them for now? You understand? I understand what men are being abused, emotionally, some physically, machalak. But why must we do it when women are doing it instead of supporting them?
Okay. I didn't see that green whatever that is you're talking about.
I saw it. It drove me crazy.
But I would like to believe that I'm not defending men, and I wouldn't, campaign at the same time when women are campaigning.
Yeah.
It's wrong. Their timing was wrong, obviously. They could have done it some other time, maybe a year. But I feel like maybe on their side, it was that thing of we men, we are being overwhelmed with so many things. And the nation or people or the world don't see men as people who can cry or who feel like they can be overwhelmed or are overwhelmed. He mentioned something as men being providers. In most cases, I tend to disagree with that. When men are providers, I don't believe men are providers. I know someone may not understand this. Yes, I mean it's a provider, but we have put that thing, you understand? with that title. Man is not a man can be in a family, a woman anymore. That's true.
It's true.
So what I want to emphasize, someone who understands this, or maybe as a believer, as a Christian, someone who's born again, I would like to believe that God is the provider, He is the source.
Sure.
You understand? So I feel like in many cases men are being overwhelmed with such things, such titles. You understand? And a man guy, there's so many things that he does. Akapatla school fees, clothes and shelter as they say. Or maybe 20% of a woman's salary, you know, 1, 2, 3, then the rest comes side. Okay, lower money. You understand? So it is not only about finances, but there are certain things men go through, you know, they don't talk about. You hear men, when they meet up as men, you find them talking about, hey, Msadika 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is a man crying. He's feeling, he's
overwhelmed.
He's overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm defending them, but men also.
I also understand that.
Yeah.
I understand what you are saying, and it's very important.
So I believe that thing. It was that thing of let know we've had enough.
Yeah.
But this thing, GBV violence, is mostly affecting women. They are the victims, and especially when it comes to children, we don't want that.
Yeah.
It's really sad. And we as men, we must understand that we are the protectors, we are the leaders, we are Ramashol other side. We must protect them, these people.
So before Jalapeli, when you are a Christian, and you believe in God, and you believe that God is a provider. So Ukareng Mutoloring is an unbeliever. You will also say, Kiscaro Garam, Ukam advice our out of the box here, Christianity. Nika believe where I come for big bank not all of us can not believe. As a not believer, God is the provider and whatever.
Yeah.
So, in terms of that.
Okay, firstly, I'm not advocating for men to just
be lazy.
To be lazy. That's number one. A man must work. You understand? A man must have a plan. You understand? I know sometimes we men hustle. You understand? Find something to do. You know, to show that you want to take care of your child. You understand? You want to take care of your family. You understand? It may not be a handful, but the little that you are doing, you know, to show that you are willing to do this for your child. I think that's